Harsh tones on the beggar's ear, betrothed to tragedy by the seeds of time wrote by our hard hearts. Discovery ordains delight delirious adorning the daughters and defenders of those trialed by the duat.
Lo jury on the bid, nor am I the beguiled. Despondent to the causation of my own life. Dissonant in disposition towards the disposable detritus that I cut from my form and function. Erring by the right to push forward through time bestowed by mere acumen of academic reason. Treasonous to this is the higher faith that time was not acumen, but instead progenitive. Consequently, does pain bring about the truth in truer form than joy?
A costly considerance. A delineation between the boundary from your soul and mine to the form of our functions. Constantly costing the considering's co-effect. Coexistence a calor's call. Heat to breathe back in joy from the husk of sorrow's ashes.
Moreover, you don the brow of sorrow's heavy crown, named wisdom. Logos and rage go hand in hand, and death wrote to sorrow many stories wrote by heavy demand. Contrarily, contrast the comparison that collages of candor call forth cravings for courage.
Brisk in tone, and altogether worn through the trial of a confident lip, but kisses of succor, and sour grapes oft by the truth, set kindred nights on darkened souls. Abiding this will destroy you, yet denying it does also. Damned if one does, and damned if one doesn't. Caspian shores dream of kissing your feet.
Breadth of aim and wisdoms wrote by the saddest reasons. How hallelujah hearkens hell's hatred to hear the horror of hue by hedonic heuristics. Having heard the horror's howl, hallelujah has healed the hatred. Though standing ground still crumbles neath the weight of heavy and great expectations.
Not only does thine ground crumble, but also thine truth, weighted by the expediency of expediting experiences, exceptionally excelled to their end.
That is all too true and wrote by rue into a blue hue of the sorrow within you.
Us still, empty as the promise was, beauty was the hollow. Jury's adjudication judges dreary the defendant. Surely thine jesting joke jeers my journey. Jest me nothing, betroth to me the greater truth. Defend thine purity with wild abandon, letting lust flood and wash away at once.
Were it to my soul to scoff, I wouldn't, but instead spend the air on a question. If I am saint and you the sinner, if I give in to you, is not evil the winner?
But now I am defeated, and by your true rod of words punishment is my bailiff relieved of her duty to guard my heart. Clinging all the while to the tarrying hope that your sword would be mine to wield in the name of higher causes.
Now the truth that spoke us both in twain from the beautiful moment your visage virtue her sign into my brain. Still, betrothed and bundled by beauty and balance, I found in your heart a dancer too. Where death meets rebirth on the shores of comets and starlights. Seek me there, where darker deeds does deign the deathly deep upon the downtrodden.
And with steadfast heart-holding hope to die last and hardest. Breaking of my heart and the name wrote on it is yours, placard to my pain now besets the heart's tearful rain.
Does the pain cling from the heart or in the head? Is this something better left undone and best left unsaid?
It is best decided in bed.
Then the head is the master of your heart, for your body is not profaned by the protection of my art.
Crave me, creature of my comfort! Bring my lust in your embrace, and wind back the runnings of this human race. The cave of my heart beats a howling heart's beat for you. Cling to me, come unto the sayings of saints no more, and sing stanzas unto higher heavens.
Delight in my demise, my deceiver, by the elevation of the heart's meter, rising into contending with the dire oath of old.
Hot dire unto death does only despair. Doesn't burning away in the flames of affection defeat the cursed cinders of ambition? tarry me no idle stupor any moment longer. Relent, and in the name of deathly powerful love,
And upon your satisfaction's brow, a hollow, the cool sweat, pooled into a congealing sorrow. I, the lion's sharing holder, pondering how upon your heart would grow colder. What born in lust is soon undone by the absence of trust, and I would declare on thine heart my own name in high relieving stone. Then dire no deathly despair unto the dawning decision. Throw abandon to the wind and causation with him. Shed relief the coil of mortal constraint upon the speaking of thine soul.
then dire no deathly despair unto the dawning decision. Throw abandon to the wind and causation with him. Shed relief the coil of mortal constraint upon the speaking of thine soul. Then errors right to make my mistake upon it, and low wrote sorrow your name into the rest of my tomorrows.